The judge's eyes stopped moving. He froze mid-page, and in that stillness, I knew I'd won. 10 years. 10 years of feeding, clothing, protecting a child that wasn't mine. 10 years of being told by my parents that family means sacrifice, which really meant I was the sacrifice. 10 years of silence from my brother and his wife. And now here they were, back in my life, in court, suing me for custody of the boy they abandoned. Flashback, the night it started. It was raining so hard the front porch light looked like it was drowning. I opened the door to find a blanket on the step. It moved. Inside, a baby. His baby. A note, scrawled in my brother's handwriting, "We can't do this right now. Take care of him for us. We'll be back." They weren't back that night, or the next decade. When I called my parents, they didn't even sound surprised. "He's your burden now, Emily," my mother said flatly. "Don't call again about it." I was 24, broke, alone, and somehow responsible for a life. The silent years. I worked 2 jobs. I learned to stretch pasta into 3 days' worth of meals. I learned how to read a fever in a child's eyes before a thermometer confirmed it. And every birthday, every Christmas, I sent one picture to a dead email address, the only contact my brother had left me. No reply. Ever. Some nights I thought about finding them. Other nights I told myself the boy was better off without them. But resentment? It grew. Quietly, patiently. The first crack. It happened last year. A call from a mutual friend. "You know your brother's back in town, right? Driving a new BMW. Looks good, too. Guess the tech business is paying off." BMW. Tech business. While I was scraping for rent, he was climbing. I didn't confront him. I watched. The gathering storm. When the custody papers arrived, I didn't even blink. My brother stood there in court filings calling me an unfit guardian, saying I'd alienated his son from him. His son, the same child he hadn't seen since diapers. That night I opened the storage box under my bed. Inside, a decade's worth of records. Emails unanswered. Photos, returned address not found. School reports with parent signature missing highlighted. Medical bills in my name. And one other thing. Something I'd never told anyone. The plan. I didn't shout. I didn't post on social media. I hired the best quiet lawyer I could afford. We filed subpoenas. We dug through financial records. We traced where my brother had been during those missing years. Turns out he'd never been missing. He'd been registered at luxury condos, taking international trips, buying investment property. And then came the jackpot. A hospital record from the night they abandoned the baby. His wife had signed herself out against medical advice. My brother had paid the bill in cash. And the reason for leaving? A notation from a nurse. Parents state they are not ready for this child. Abandonment. Legally documented. The courtroom. The morning of the hearing, I walked in calm. My brother wore a navy suit that probably cost more than my car. His wife had her hair styled like they were attending a gala, not a custody trial. He smiled at me like we were still kids playing in the backyard. Like this wasn't war. The judge flipped through the initial paperwork. My brother's lawyer launched into a speech about biological rights and reuniting a family. When it was my turn, I stood. I said only 3 sentences. "Your Honor, I've brought evidence, a decade's worth, and one sealed document that I believe will clarify everything." The bailiff carried the folder to the bench. The judge opened it, read, stopped. I watched his eyes change from routine detachment to something colder. He closed the folder slowly, looked at my brother. "Mr. Lane," he said, voice like iron, "do you understand what this record implies?" My brother's lawyer shifted. My brother's jaw tightened. I don't. It implies, the judge cut in, that you and your wife willfully abandoned your child in violation of state law, that you made no attempt at contact for 10 years, and that had Miss Lane not intervened, this boy could have been a ward of the state. Silence. You could hear the clock tick. The fall. The judge didn't just deny their petition, he awarded me permanent sole custody. Then he referred the file to the district attorney for further review. My brother's face was pale. His wife looked like someone had just slammed a door in her face, which, in a way, I had. As we walked out, he caught my arm. "You didn't have to do this," he whispered. I met his eyes. "You did." The release. That night, my son, asked if the bad people were gone. I told him yes. And for the first time in 10 years, I slept without grinding my teeth. Justice didn't feel loud. It felt quiet, like